Ignore them, we've had to go back to just nail varnish.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, if you can't tell by the title, we are going to be playing with the Friends X Revolution collection, the Lobster palette. Yes, I'm playing with this bad boy today. If you haven't seen my first video or my first video of the second series, like the second collection, where I showed you guys all the products that I got sent, and also I played with the door palette up here. I will link that video at the end of this video and also in the description box down below in case you wanted to check that one out. But yeah, today we're going to be playing with the Lobster palette. I am excited. I'm actually so excited. I have been loving this collection. Just letting you guys know, I love the first one. I love the first launch that they did, and obviously they came out with the second launch, and I have been loving that. Yes, I'm excited to play with this palette. So let's go ahead and jump straight on into it. Okay, so obviously we're going to be playing with the He's Her Lobster palette. Looks like this is what the packaging looks like. This retails for £20. You would have seen this in my first video if you have watched that already. But yeah, this is what the packaging, like the outer box, looks like. I'm excited. We're going to do some swatches. I'll show you guys the palette first. So obviously this has got a giant lobster on it. Look how big this palette is. Like, it feels like it's huge, but then there's also like, I think there's a lot of excess packaging, if that kind of makes sense. Like, for instance, I feel like there's a lot of space on the inside between the shadows, but I'm not mad at that. Yeah, and these are the shades. They look so pretty. There are 8 press pigments in this palette, guys, so there's a lot of shades in here. Obviously it's mainly neutral, mainly warm tone, but like I said in my other video, there is a couple of cool tone shades down here which look really pretty. So in this palette there are 21 shades and there are 9 shimmers, and then the rest are mattes. I love how there's more mattes in this palette than there are shimmer shades. But yeah, I'm going to swatch a few of the shades for you guys, and now they look so pretty. The names in this palette as well, like there's Rosita the Ceta, which is this brown. There is Stevie the TV. There is the spray tan shade, which when Ross got a spray tan. And then there's also the bagpipes one, which is also when Ross was going to play the bagpipes. The ski trip, there's a Planeversary down here. Yeah, nubbin, obviously that's Chandler and his little nubbin. So I'm going to swatch a few of the shades for you guys now. Okay, so here's a few of the shades swatched. They do swatch really well. They are neutral, so you know, I don't expect them to swatch bad. So I swatched the shade Beef Trifle. I then swatched the shade Ski Trip. That shade is gorgeous. I then swatched the shade Baloney. Then the next shade Bagpipes. Then the shade Planeversary. And then the shade Could I Be? Could I Be? Could I Be? They all swatch really nice. The shimmers swatch really nice too. Yeah, I'm excited. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to prime my lids off camera, and then we'll get straight on into testing out some of these shades. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. Obviously just prime my lids off camera. Yes, I think the first shade I'm going to go into is the shade Bagpipes. I'm feeling like this whole like red tone kind of vibe, so we'll go with that. So I'm going to do the shade Bagpipes first. I'm going to start to pack that, obviously, all through the crease. Ooh. That is pigmented. If you've seen my last video, then you know that like I loved that first palette from second collection, that Open the Door palette. That's probably my favourite, like for the colour story and everything, but I'm excited to try this one as well. That's very vibrant. I didn't think it was going to be that vibrant, but it is. And I'm here for it. There's not much fallout. Like, not even, it's barely anything, to be honest with you. There's not much kick up in the pan either. I'm then going to jump into the shade Could I Be, which is this, like, I would say it's like a salmon kind of colour.
It's a button down, like a faded salmon color.
Like a pinky salmon colour. And I'm obviously going to start to blend around that first shade that we put down. That shade blended out that first shade really nice, really pigmented. Again, not much fallout, like no fallout from it, not much kick up in the pan. Barely anything, to be honest with you. I know I took it quite high on the side, but it's fine, we will fix that. I'm then going to go into the shade Vegas, which is this like muted, like light mauvey pink shade, I would say. And I'm also going to blend that shade around the edges. That's really nice. Really nice colours. They blend really well together. They're all quite kind of like similar shades, so I would expect them to blend well together anyway, but yeah, really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to build up these three shades again, pack them on and blend them out. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do the lid shade now. I'm not going to cut my crease because I just feel like I need to switch things up a little bit and not cut my crease as much, and try and do some different styles. So I'm throwing in a few where I don't cut my crease and I literally just go into the lid shade. So I'm going to go into the shade Ski Trip, which is this beautiful gold shade here. I'm going to pack that on the lid. I'm excited to see how this applies on top of like normal shadows and whatnot. It's packing on well, to be honest with you, like, considering this is just a dry shadow, I haven't wet it or anything. I really like this. I do. I feel like I'm a little bit Christmassy right now, but it's fine. I'm gonna wet my brush a little bit as well because I just feel like if I wet my brush, we'll see how it applies, if it applies any better. But honestly, so far, just applying dry, it's doing fine. I don't usually tend to wet my brush. I will do if I feel like I need to sometimes. It probably does a little bit better, but like, I wouldn't say that you need to wet your brush. Like, I feel like you can get away with not wetting your brush, if that makes sense. I really like this. I actually really like it. I'm just going to go into the shade Bagpipes again and just kind of blend that into the gold shade, just then it mixes. I'm then going to go into the shade Planeversary, which is that beautiful like light champagne shade here, and I'm going to put that like on the inner corner. Do I put it on the brow bone as well? We'll put it a little bit on the brow bone as well, why the hell not, we're here now. Ooh. Okay, that is gorgeous. Ugh. It's almost got like a little bit of a hint of pink in there, you can kind of see almost. It looks it to me, it might not be, but it looks it to me. That is so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do obviously this off camera, do my lashes, do my base and everything, and then we'll be back to talk about the palette and kind of give you guys my final thoughts. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. This is the finished look. What do you guys think? I I really like it. I feel like it's very Christmassy. As you can see, Scott put the Christmas tree up in the background. I asked him, I said, does this look Christmassy? And he said no. And I said, I feel like it looks Christmassy because of the red and the gold. And he was like, oh, I don't think it does. And then he went into the cupboard and pulled out the Christmas tree. And yeah, we have a Christmas tree now in the background. So yeah. By the way, guys, on my lips I am wearing the Chandler Lipgloss. I actually kind of like it. I kind of like it with this look. Talking about the palette, first off, the packaging is amazing. Like, I love how there's a freaking lobster on the palette. Like, how bloody adorable. So what do I think? With the shadows, I feel like they could have done a different colour scheme, because they brought out the Taxi palette and they brought out this palette, and I feel like in both of these palettes there's a lot of neutrals, so I feel like they could have switched up with the Taxi palette or this one. However, I still think it is a great palette. I do love the colour story in here. I love how there's a lot of neutrals. I know a lot of people, the majority of people do love a good neutral palette and wear neutrals in their everyday life. So I can understand why they brought this palette out. I do love the colour story in here. I love how there's a lot of mattes that you guys can work with. There's more mattes than there are shimmers, so I do appreciate that. There's a lot of like lighter mattes as well. Like, there's like this creamy kind of shade here. There is this light brown shade. There is this light mauvey pink shade. So I do appreciate that there is a lot of lighter tones in here, especially if you are of a fair skin tone like me. So yeah, I have no complaints about this palette. If you are a big neutral lover, you will love this, of course. The formula is definitely there. I do love it. And yes, I have nothing bad to say about it. If you're a neutral lover, grab it if you are thinking about picking it up. Again, if you do want me to do another look using this palette, then of course just let me know. I will try my best to. Obviously, you're mainly going to get a neutral look out of this, but I can go for more of the brown tones. If you want me to do more of like a brown everyday kind of look, then I can do that. But yeah, so far I am impressed. I do love this palette. Love it. Like I said, I will be doing a testing video trying out the Taxi palette. So I'll be filming that very soon and I'll get that up for you guys. If you did like this video, please remember to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as it would really help me out. As always, I'll be linking everything else that I'm wearing in the description box down below. I will also be linking my social media handles of both and also in the description box down below, so you can go and check me out there if you want to. And yes, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!